You're alone in a room. You know you're alone. And yet, the back of your neck prickles. The hair stands up. Something, somewhere, is watching you. You turn around, slowly, and there's nothing there. No one. An empty room. But your body was so sure. Your heart is up, your skin is buzzing. Every alarm you have went off, over absolutely nothing. So why does this happen? Why does your body sound a predator alarm when there's no predator, no one, in the room? The answer hides in a system inside you that is 200,000 years old and still running. Start with the cases where you're not imagining it, because you genuinely can tell when someone's watching, and it's not magic. You have a built-in gaze detection system. Your brain is wired to hunt for eyes. Across a crowded room, in the corner of your vision, even when you're not looking directly, some part of you locks onto a stare and flags it. This isn't a quirk. It's one of the most finely tuned tricks your brain owns. And to understand why your body treats a pair of eyes as an emergency, you have to look at the eyes themselves. Here's something almost no one notices. Human eyes are strange. Look at a wolf, a lion, almost any animal. Their eyes are dark, hard to read, the direction of their stare hidden. Yours are not. You have bright white around a dark center. That white makes the exact direction of your gaze obvious. Anyone can tell instantly where you're looking. We evolved eyes that broadcast our attention, and we became experts at reading everyone else's. It starts shockingly early. Babies track the difference between a direct stare and an averted glance at 4 months old. And deep in your brain, your fear center, the amygdala, fires the instant a face turns to look straight at you. A direct gaze isn't just information, it's a flare. Why would evolution wire you to treat a pair of eyes as a 5-alarm fire? Because for almost all of human history, a gaze locked onto you meant one of two things, and both could end you. A predator, fixing on you before it strikes, or a rival, sizing you up before an attack. In both cases, noticing those eyes a half-second early was the difference between living and dying. The ancestors who felt watched and reacted survived. So your brain was tuned over thousands of generations to be twitchy about being watched. Better jumpy and alive than calm and eaten. That tuning is still in you, and it has one very strange side effect. Here's the uncomfortable catch. That gaze detection system only works when the watcher is somewhere your eyes can reach, even at the edge of your vision. And that leaves a problem. Because you also feel watched from behind. So scientists tested it directly. Can you actually sense someone staring at the back of your head with no way to see them? They ran the experiments carefully for over a century, and the answer is no, you can't. There's no eyes in the back of your skull, no sixth sense, which leaves a genuine mystery. If you can't really detect a stare from behind, then what is that prickle on your neck? What sets it off when there is truly no one there? The answer isn't a sense, it's a strategy. Your brain runs a rule older than language. When something is ambiguous, a creak, a shadow, a shift in the air, it does not assume nothing. It assumes someone. It would rather invent a watcher than miss a real one. Think about the math of survival. If your brain assumes someone's there and it's wrong, you lose a flicker of fear. But if it assumes no one's there and it's wrong, you're dead. 1,000 false alarms cost nothing. One missed threat costs everything. So your brain made its choice a long time ago. It chose paranoia on purpose. That prickle isn't a malfunction. It's a smoke alarm that would rather scream at burnt toast 100 times than stay silent for the one real fire. But there's a second trick, and it's sneakier, because it tricks you into thinking your sixth sense was right. It's a loop you fall into without noticing. Watch how it works. You feel watched, so you turn to check. And the moment you turn, the person near you, who wasn't looking, catches the movement of your head, and their eyes flick to you. Your eyes meet, and your brain concludes, see? They were staring the whole time. But they weren't. You created the stare by turning to look for it. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy, first described over 100 years ago. The feeling makes you turn. The turn makes them look. The look confirms the feeling. Your brain quietly rigged the test so it could win. There's one more, and it's the eeriest of all. Sometimes you don't just feel watched, you feel a presence. The unshakable sense that a person is standing right there, just out of sight. And this one comes from inside your own head. Your brain constantly builds a map of your own body and the space around it. When that map glitches, under stress, exhaustion, certain conditions, it can mistake part of you for someone else and project a second person into the room. Scientists have triggered this feeling of presence in the lab, on demand, by scrambling that body map. It's the same mechanism behind the intruder people sense in sleep paralysis, and the invisible companion that exhausted climbers feel beside them at high altitude. Not a visitor, your own brain, projecting a second you into the dark. So pull it together. The watcher you feel in the empty room was never out there. It's your brain, running a 200,000-year-old security system that would rather cry wolf 1,000 times than miss the one real wolf. That prickle on the back of your neck isn't weakness. It isn't imagination. It's the inheritance of every ancestor who felt unseen eyes and turned around in time. You feel watched in the empty dark for one simple reason. The ones who didn't survive to feel anything at all.